The Silk Road. It was not a road. And it was not only about silk. Great start. So what was it? It was a big network of paths, very, very long paths, from China in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west, about 6,000 kilometers. That is like walking from London to New York, but on foot, with a camel, through a desert. Nobody asked for this, and yet people did it anyway. Why? Because there was money at the end. The Silk Road started around 114 BCE. That is more than 2,000 years ago. An emperor in China, Emperor Wu, wanted horses, good horses, fast horses. He heard there were amazing horses in a place far to the west, so he sent a man named Zhang Tian to find them. Zhang Tian left with 100 men. Bad guys caught him. He was a prisoner for 10 years. He escaped. He continued west. He found the horses. He came back to China. The emperor was happy. He sent Zhang Tian west again. Bad guys caught him again. He escaped again. Zhang Tian did not give up. Ever. He was like a boomerang. You throw him, he comes back. Every time. His trips opened the Silk Road. China started to trade with the world. Now, what did people trade? Silk. Silk was very special. It is soft, it is light, it is beautiful. People in Rome loved it. People everywhere loved it, but nobody outside China knew how to make it. How is silk made? Small worms make it. Yes, worms. Silkworms eat leaves. Then they make a cocoon of very thin, very strong thread. That thread is silk. China kept this a secret, a very serious secret. If you took silkworm eggs out of China, you died. That was the punishment. Death for eggs. Small eggs. Big punishment. The Romans had no idea. Their best idea was that silk came from trees. Special trees. Very soft trees, I suppose. These were the same people who built the Colosseum. But silk? Totally confused. One day a Chinese princess left China to get married far away. She put silkworm eggs in her hair, inside her hair. The guards checked her bags. They did not check her hair. She was very calm, or very clever, probably both. And that is how the secret got out. But people did not only trade silk, they traded many things. From the west into China, pepper, spices, glass bottles, gold and horses. From China to the west, silk, tea and porcelain. That is the beautiful white pottery and two very important things, paper and gunpowder. Paper came from China. Before paper, people wrote on animal skin. It was heavy, it was expensive. It was not very nice. Paper was better, cheaper, easier. When paper arrived in the West, more people could write, more people could learn. This was very important. Gunpowder also came from China. When it arrived in Europe, well, big walls became small walls very quickly. Everything changed. Okay, who was walking on this road? Almost nobody walked all of it. 6,000 kilometers is too far, so trade worked like a relay race. One merchant carried goods from city A to city B. He sold them. Another merchant took them from B to C, and so on. The price got higher every time. China and Rome traded with each other for hundreds of years, but they never met, never. Rome called China Ceres. China called Rome Dakine. Two big empires, buying each other's things, never saying hello. This is like buying something online from a seller you never meet, but slower, much slower, and with more camels. The main animal on the road was the Bactrian camel. 2 humps strong. It can carry 250 kilograms. It can go many days without water. It is perfect for the desert. It is also always angry, but who can blame it? Along the road there were special buildings for travellers. They were called caravanserais. They had thick walls to keep out bad people. They had rooms for merchants, stables for animals, a locked gate at night. They were like very old hotels, but cheaper and with more camels inside. Ideas also travelled on the Silk Road, not just things, ideas. Buddhism started in India. It travelled east to China along the Silk Road. Today, hundreds of millions of people follow Buddhism. It travelled on the back of a camel, more or less. Islam also spread along these roads. Many cities on the Silk Road became important centres of Islamic culture. Samarkand, in what is now Uzbekistan, is one example. It has beautiful blue buildings that are still there today. But the road also carried something bad, very bad. In the 14th century, a terrible illness travelled along the Silk Road. We call it the Black Death. It killed millions and millions of people in Asia and Europe. Maybe half of all people in Europe died in a few years. The same roads that moved silk and paper also moved this. Connection is good, but connection also has risks. The road was very safe for one period. During the Mongol Empire in the 1200s and 1300s, the Mongols controlled a huge area of land. From China to Eastern Europe, they made the roads safer. They built rest stops. They gave merchants special documents to travel freely. This is when Marco Polo travelled. He was 17 years old. He left his home in Venice, Italy. He travelled to China. He spent 17 years at the Chinese emperor's court. When he came home, he wrote a book about everything he saw. Nobody believed him. They called his book The Million, as in a million lies. Before he died, someone asked him, "Did you really tell the truth in your book?" He said, "I did not tell half of what I saw." Okay then, Marco. In 1453, a big change happened. The Ottoman Empire took control of Constantinople, a very important city between Europe and Asia. Trade on the old roads became very difficult. So Europeans went looking for new roads, but by sea this time. Portuguese sailors went around Africa, Spanish sailors went west. They found the Americas in 1492. Vasco da Gama reached India by sea in 1498. The old road closed, the world opened. Today you can still visit parts of the old Silk Road. China is also building new roads and railways along the same paths. Some people call it the New Silk Road. Same idea, better roads, zero camels, probably. So, the Silk Road, very long path, used for 1500 years. It moved silk, spices, paper, gunpowder, ideas, religion, plague, and one very stubborn man named Zhang Tian. Ordinary people, long journeys, big history. That is how the world got connected.